When Sohan received a fine in the mail for using his mobile phone while behind the wheel, he knew he didn't do it. He reckons the technology is no good. It's outdated and is catching innocent drivers.
They keep telling me it's a mobile phone, but the more I started to zoom in, I found out that it didn't look like a mobile phone.
Sohan Domingo prides himself on his safe driving record.
I don't usually use my mobile phone while driving in my hand. Safety comes first.
So when he was accused of doing just that and slapped with a $365 fine, he was furious.
My initial reaction was, wow, that's a lot of money. But I was confident that I was not holding a mobile phone.
On closer inspection of the photo, Sohan says he knew exactly what was in his hand when snapped in Sydney's northwest in August last year.
This is not a mobile phone in my hand, it's a bottle of water.
You can clearly see the round top of the water bottle in his right hand, but getting Revenue New South Wales to believe him was another story. The government department maintaining its cameras and artificial intelligence had caught a crime.
I'm surprised that AI, in combination with a human being, has done this error.
Sohan considered just paying the fine to be done with the issue, but then started to research if anyone else had been caught out the same.
As I went into research, I found out a wonderful video from Current Affairs that basically showed that it's just not me.
When the cameras were first introduced, Steph was stung for allegedly being on her phone.
I've been on the road for 20 years and I've never lost a point, and now it's going to take me 10 years to get that clean record back.
But she claimed she was just resting her hand near her face. The fine eventually overturned after our story. Frank too was allegedly caught out. The only problem, he doesn't even own a mobile.
It looks like I'm guilty on it, but I'm not. And I don't own one, I don't use one.
Revenue New South Wales backflipped on that fine too after our story. But there's many more who've had to fight their fines in court.
Technology obviously isn't up to the scratch, it doesn't work. This is the money grabbing thing, and most people would just pay it.
I got the letter, I saw the photo, I looked at the photo and I thought to myself, you've got to be joking. On the passenger seat, you can so clearly see my phone sitting there.
Buoyed with the confidence of other justice crusaders, Sohan, who himself is an artificial intelligence engineer, decided to try his hand at law.
When I went to the court, the prosecutor was there and he said, "Do you plead guilty?" I said, "No way, I plead guilty."
After looking at the photo, Sohan says the judge quickly ruled the image wasn't clear enough, adding it didn't look like a mobile phone at all.
What the law requires is that the police should not be issuing fines or taking people to court unless they have images that, beyond any reasonable doubt show that the person's holding a mobile phone.
Lawyer Adam Cocaine represents drivers fighting traffic fines. He says with numerous people appealing fines, the technology needs an overhaul.
The issue here is whether the technology is of a sufficient quality that it's able to detect a mobile phone from any other object that the person may be holding.
So it was frustrating, it was a lot of pressure, and moreover, it was waste of time.
But worth it for Sohan to clear his name, and he encourages others to do the same.
Don't get intimidated, don't feel pressured, because at the end, you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the overall community.
Yeah, good on you, Sohan, for not backing down. If you don't do the crime, you shouldn't pay the fine.